terrible. Terrible.
All right, well, welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you, Alex, for that interesting introduction. We are live here on LinkedIn and YouTube. So we're here to talk about the future of data quality with Mr. Alex Boast. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Thanks for having me.
That was a great intro. I'm assuming that was a guitar or whatever you were trying to do.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things hanging around here. Do you know what one of these is? Sweet kalimba.
Oh no, what is that?
It's like wind chimes. It's awesome.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. So we're not here to talk about music, but we are here to talk about something equally as fun.
If you want to talk about music, you can, but this is data, right?
Yes. It's all about data and data quality. So anyone tuning in right now, oh look, we've got Shubham saying boom. All right, so
Boom.
Shubham is here. If you're tuning in, let us know where you're joining us from. And if you love data quality, if you got questions on data quality, Alex Boast will answer all of your questions. He's agreed. So
are you going to let me know what they are then?
Yes, I'll let you know what they are. Andrew Huddleston's here. He said music. Yeah, we've never done music here before. So
we'll do music. I've been thinking about writing a data jingle for ages. Oh look, he knew it was Harry Potter. What a legend!
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was saying you look like Harry Potter, so I wasn't gonna put that on.
Hey, that's unkind to say.
Why? Harry Potter is like one of the most famous people. But anyways, future of data quality. Before we get into the topic, Alex, why don't you tell everybody who you are?
Sure. Yeah, great question. I'll let you know when I figure it out. So currently, I am an independent data marketing consultant and also representing my good friends at IDS who have the iData tool. I'm also their marketing executive. So very much plugged in to the data world. Also judge some data-related awards and do stuff like this now, apparently, as well. So great.
So yes, thanks for that. Tell us a little bit about IDS. What is it? What do they do?
So Intelligent Delivery Solutions. Their background's mostly in test data management, but they've branched out into data quality because it's what all the cool kids are doing. And they're actually really good at it, which is kind of why I got involved, because I really believe in their tool. It's, it doesn't try to be something it's not. We're great at data quality. We can help with your data migrations. We're not going to try to bamboozle you with jargon. We just want to talk about data quality, which it's not very sexy, but I'm working on that. We'll get it there.
I'm sure we will. We've got Elizabeth joining us here saying hi, Alex and Kate. She's looking forward to the session, as am I. I'm excited.
I recognize her. We know her.
Yeah, you know her? We've got Georgiana here from London. We've got Naha from Massachusetts. Kenneth is saying hello. We've got people joining. So you mentioned IDS, and then I'll just briefly talk about the iData Quality Academy portion of things, because I was part of helping getting all that started. But look who's here. Susan Walsh is here.
Oh my God, Susan. Love you, Susan.
Susan is another instructor at the iData Quality Academy, and we'll chat a bit about the course that's available from that academy in a minute. We see Ravit is here. Hello, thank you for joining us. So guys, if you've got questions on the future of data quality, definitely feel free to jump in. But let's get started. Alex, you mentioned you were judging some awards. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. The AI Awards in the UK, it's all about British businesses. There's actually a Data Excellence Award as well, which I created. And so they were like, can you judge AI so that you're not biased? Because obviously I would have been super biased. So I had to go off and judge AI, which is really cool. Like, I'm not really allowed to say a lot of this stuff, but like data doesn't have to be boring. There's actually some really cool stuff happening. Really interesting things. Like maybe I can give an example would be, using late actors who have passed away, like using their voices, giving them their voice in AI so it can talk for like audiobooks and stuff like that. How cool is that?
That is cool.
These are things that are really happening with data. It's not all boring. It's mostly boring.
No, it's not mostly boring. I just watched the Social Dilemma yesterday. I don't know if you saw it on
Oh
Netflix.
Christ, that was challenging, wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was. It wasn't as surprising as people made me believe it to be, because anyone who watched it, they're like, "Oh my
Yeah, but we
God."
know, don't we? We know all that stuff. They don't know
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
think it is surprising for people who maybe don't know what's happening with the data. Uh, for those who haven't watched it, definitely
I
recommend
think
you go
I
check
think
it
the
out.
irony of posting on Facebook that you're leaving Facebook is not lost on me, really. There's a lot of people using social media to decree its evils, forgetting that they pilot the thing, and therefore if
Yeah.
it's evil, it's their fault. You know, is social media the gun or the hand that pulls the trigger? Is the question that I have for everyone in the comments.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, for now, we've got Susan saying no data is boring. Is she saying no data is boring or no
I
data
think
is
she's
boring?
agreeing with me. I think almost definitely.
No, I think she's not agreeing with you. And T. Scott says hello. So, all right,
Hello,
hello.
Scott.
So, Alex, tell me the story of how did you find yourself working with data?
Oh Christ! Somebody asked me to nicely, and I said, "Yeah, okay, let's have a go." No, you know what? The thing I love about data is it's a growing industry. It's not in decline. Like my background was education and pharmacy, two historically horrendous industries to work in, where all your mates
Yeah.
are losing their jobs. Whereas now, like Susan says, all data is exciting, even if
Oh
it's
yeah, there it goes. Yes.
so I joined the Experian a couple of years back when they were expanding their data quality division, and the rest is history. You know, I've been very fortunate and very lucky to get to work on such interesting projects all around the world, right? And now it's good to be doing it with a much smaller outfit. It's a different challenge.
And I know you're also doing some ghost writing. Is that right?
So I
Well,
do.
writing about ghosts. Hold on.
So I do ghostwriting as a ghostwriter for other people, and I also write ghost stories for other people, but for me as well. I had a really cool conversation with a woman about publishing this morning, actually, which is very exciting.
Oh, that is exciting.
I'm hoping one day you can buy my books, and only one of them will be about data, and the rest will be ghost stories.
So you're writing a book about data too? That's
I
new.
think I'll probably do that at some point. Yeah, I'll probably talk about why advocacy is sort of a key component of success in the data world. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think I just need to do it.
Yeah, I think, data advocacy. Why don't you tell people what does that actually entail, data advocacy?
I've just seen that latest comment that I don't understand. Yeah, so
I told you not to look at the comments, man. You're the guest. That's what happens.
So advocacy based from old Greece and Rome and law courts is public support or recognition of a product or service, right? So it's just saying we think this is good, we like this thing, we endorse this thing, and in a world where it's very easy to criticize people and be negative, advocacy actually really stands out as different and is really powerful. And we've been using it in data quality for about 4 years now. And frankly, you wouldn't believe the results. But let's put it this way, now a lot of people want to do it. You know, we were kind of a little ahead of the curve back then, which is very exciting.
Sorry, I had to go on mute. I had like sirens running here. So tell me about your role now with advocacy. What exactly is your goal with IDS?
Yeah, so we're building a new program. That's not a secret, right? This is my opportunity to learn from all the mistakes with none of the budget to create a new advocacy program for individuals that ultimately understand that collectively we're better together, right? So it's not somebody tell Boris Johnson about this. If you get invited to the table, go and sit at the table, to speak to the people either side of you, get to know them, tell people what you want, because then they can help you, right? So in the data world, everyone wants something.
Yeah.
I think we need to be much clearer about what that is. So I want to build advocacy programs and be a ghost story writer, right? That's very clear. If you can help me, please help me. If you can't, that's fine. But the program now is going to be for anyone who thinks they have a sort of power or a responsibility to help with data. So, for instance, you could go and help a charity clean up their CRM data, because that's a bit more meaningful than painting a fence, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Exactly. So it's about a collective, it's a group, it's a network of people with good morals and ethics that have been hand vetted by me, because apparently I'm a good judge of character, I think. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. So we're advocating for us, for our friends, for the industry. We're all helping each other, much like the academy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about the Academy a little bit. So I know right now we've got one course in the iData Quality Academy. It's called Getting Started with Data Quality. Really covers all the aspects of data quality, with a surprise bonus coming at people later next month at some point with a new instructor. Wait, Alex Boast. There he is.
I mean, whose idea was that? That was a terrible idea.
Brilliant person's idea, I think.
Yeah. So we're going to do a new course, yeah.
Yes, so we're going to have a new section as part of that course. Those who have already completed the course or enrolled, you'll get an email notifying you once that's available for viewing. But anyone who signs up now will also be able to get that new bonus section as part of the offering. So Alex, why don't you tell people what they can expect in this new bonus section of the course?
Absolutely. I love that we're calling it bonus, by the way. It's nice to be.
You don't like the bonus. I know you don't like it. It's okay.
Okay, so this is the roadmap to pursuing or advancing a data career. Because somebody asked me in our webinar, he was like, what if you're right in the middle? How do you advance? So it's not just pursuing a career, it's also about advancing a career. Mm-hmm. And that's, you'll be learning it from somebody that built up from nothing, did a good job, lost everything, and then has just come back to start it all again. So we've done it. I've done it twice now, so I can definitely help you guys. Ultimately, when we learn skills and we learn things, they tend to be relevant to a product or to an industry. This is my effort to make it relevant to the audience and actually really zoom in on who the kind of people that want to work in data are, how we can help them. We're going to cover all sorts of really uncomfortable, sticky subjects.
Like what? What? Give us an example.
Money. I mean, we're all filthy, horrible, disgusting, dirty money pigs, right? And we just want to roll around in the money mud and make loads of cash, right? And I feel like none of us are great at admitting that. I like money. I would like to make some money. I'm going to tell other people how to do it. I get LinkedIn messages all the time from like students and recent grads saying, how the hell do I get a job that actually pays some money, right? But also I've worked with people who are negotiating their day rates, and their day rates are in pretty significant four figures as well. Like I've been on both sides of the negotiating table, and I really feel that I can help people. And also because of the nature of the course, you don't have to, you're not in a classroom setting. It's okay to say, Alex, how do I make a bit more cheddar, And that's fine. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about risks and rewards, how to have courage, how to ask for help. I'm going to do this whole bit on emotional intelligence, I think, because there's a lot of real crap out there. So I've met Travis Bradbury, the guy that wrote Emotional Intelligence 2.0. I can tell you what it really is and how to use it. I'm going to talk a little bit about the sort of KPIs we should have as a person instead of as a representative of a business. I think that's really important. And then everyone's probably scratching their heads going, what about the data though, Alex? So yes, there will be
the quality, yes.
There will be a bit about data as well and how you link that back to everything I just talked about. It's actually, the data runs through all of it really nicely. So we'll create this kind of narrative that will help people really know how to position themselves in the best way. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good addition to the course. I know we've got a couple of the other instructors on here. We've had George Ferrican say hello. We had Susan. If you guys don't mind sharing a link to the course for anyone that's interested, maybe put that in the comments. And for anyone that is interested in the course, there's actually a sale that ends in about 2.5 days. If you use the code, it's kind of running in the ticker SEPT, you can get 20% off the purchase price. So thank you for that, Alex. We actually have a question for you here from Naha. How do we separate real advocacy with special interest?
Oh, okay. I mean, I would ideally like to ask what we mean by special interest, but let's try and interpret that on their behalf. Real advocacy is selfless, but it's not to say you forget yourself. People kind of think, that you can either only have the awareness of others or self-awareness. Actually, you're part of awareness as well. So real advocacy is understanding all ships rise with the tide. And if I help you, that helps me, and we all sort of grow up together. And if you can't give an example of that, you might not be doing real advocacy.
Okay.
That's how.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And then Susan also added the link for anyone who wants to actually check out the course and see. There's some free preview videos that you can check out. The other comment I wanted to make while you were talking, Alex, about people who have questions, we do have a Slack channel available to those who join the course. So if they actually had questions for you or for any of the other instructors, they can go ahead and put that in there as well. All right. So moving on, I don't think we really covered what iData was and where people can learn about the tool. Maybe you can tell people a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is just intelligent-ds.com. I look at all the data quality bits. So the iData tool is a piece of software that we can either give you on your machine or spin up in the cloud for you. You install it in the same day, you can start profiling all of the data. People don't talk about this much, right? Profiling the entire data estate is really important. Don't take a sample, do all of the data, right? iData can do that for you. It can take your whole data set, start telling you things you don't know. And that's really important. And ultimately, if you want to use it, if you want an evaluation license, find me, add me on LinkedIn, whatever, email me, and we'll get one sorted out for you. We think it's pretty cool because most existing tools are old, based on old architecture, and now they're being built. There's a new one being built. That's huge for the industry. This hasn't happened for a while, right? Normally, big business buys an old one, puts a new front on it. It's old architecture. This is new. That's why I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the updated version. But it's great that you'll get some of those advocates. You'll get those opinions and get their involvement in actually building the end product and making sure it's what the industry is looking for.
Yeah, we want feedback, right? We want to validate our ideas. So if people want to see it and get involved, I encourage them to. This is your chance to influence a potential game changer in the industry. Yeah.
So this might be a question that's obvious to a lot of the people who are familiar with data quality, but for those who are not, why is data quality important? What would happen if I just ignore it?
Whoa, really? Okay. Let's give a horrible example just to really stick in people's mind. Data quality means knowing that if someone has died, don't send their family threatening letters about bills that are overdue and things like that, because that's going to be upsetting to them. You have a duty and a responsibility to understand that mortality data is a real data set that's open that you can go and get and reference. If you go to charity, for instance, with an older demographic, you've got to be keeping your data up to date, knowing if someone's passed away, because it's marketing to dead people and chasing debts from dead people super sucks. So don't. And that's what data quality is. If your data is good, you don't do that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, and data quality impacts every single stream of business, right? I mean, it's all about getting really good data in the system so you can make data informed or data driven. You like data driven, I know, data driven decisions.
Oh, gross. No, look, so we're really good at saying what the problem is and how to solve it. We're not really good at talking about what happens afterwards. data quality has a lot of upstream benefits that impact all the other business departments, right? It's not just your customers necessarily, all your stakeholders. I like this idea that, if you've got good enough data quality, you can actually figure out, if you're a gambling company, you can figure out who's signing up with different email addresses and the same address to abuse the free betting system. Conversely, you could know this person has self-excluded with the gambling commission. If I allow them to put their data in my system, I'll get a huge fine and they might gamble their lives away. Good data quality isn't just a regulatory obligation. It's a responsibility that we have as gatekeepers and guardians. And that naturally spins into that advocacy piece as well.
Yeah. By the way, Ravid says, let me see, did it click? Marketing to dead people super sucks. Alex, you won. Great. Chris says that really great insight, and he's happy to see things looked at from a more real life perspective. I know that's what we try to focus on, Alex. So glad you're getting that feedback. And we've got a question here from Matthew asking, what is the most important thing every data practitioner must know about data quality? You've got 1 minute to answer this. Go.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Different people will say different things. I will choose to be different. I would say the relevance. What is the relevance of the data? So, for instance, in the UK and the US and the rest of the world, the current situation is highlighting a relatively low level of data literacy, and our ability to interpret data is quite poor. But the data we're being shown is very relevant to us. It's very relevant to our family and friends and older people that we know, right? Yeah. So when you're in a business context, you don't just say, here's what the data is. You have to go beyond that and say, here's how it's relevant to you. Here's how it's relevant to me. And here's what happens after I fix it, right? There needs to be something that happens after you do a thing. So you say, hey, I did a thing and then this happened. You don't just say, I want to do this thing, right? Yeah. That's not good dataing. It's bad dataing.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of good data and bad data, do we need perfect data, or are we good with okay data? What are your thoughts on that? Should we strive for perfection?
It's a good thing I don't work for a large business anymore. I could get in real trouble here. I don't believe you do need perfect data. I think 97% is pretty good. Understanding that there's data drift and data degradation, I think perfect is an aspirational goal. I don't think it's an operational goal. If you had a dashboard that says, if anything goes under 99.9%, send me a message, tell me, and I'll come and fix it. I don't think it's a achievable thing to be perfect. So I think settling for great is probably decent, above good, but not perfect.
Yeah, and I guess it would vary, right? Something maybe in healthcare or the airline industry where lives are at risk, you'd want it closer to perfection, but something like marketing campaigns, maybe you're a little bit more relaxed on the perfection and
so
results.
You remember the relevance point, right? You assign different relevance to different bits of the data, not the entire data set itself. The NHS isn't going to care about credit card numbers. If you're selling books and not houses, it doesn't matter how many bedrooms your book has. You have to kind of create the matrix, which is, I think they do it in data governance. They kind of do this matrix and assign importance to different data domains.
Let's see, Andrew Huddleston, he said different approaches for different industries, data for a water plant versus data for an online retailer, for example. He goes on to say, water plant has a lot of regulatory concerns, so it might be easier to solve data quality concepts.
I wouldn't assume that, to be honest, because that means they might already have incumbent terrible data practices as a result of those. Actually, new businesses spinning up who don't have those concerns are still doing a really good job of data. But yes, the relevance is important. Think about a bookseller has an ISBN number. Are ISBNs unique? Do they all need to be unique? Do you need to know if they're all unique or not unique? That's super relevant. It's super targeted. It doesn't have to be from a place of regulatory obligation. It should be from a place of business objective. does that piece of data help the business hit its goals or not?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now has a question here. Are we able to parse bad data from good data? He's currently learning. So how would you parse good data from bad data? I guess what are some ways you define those?
So you can easily figure that out. Turn to Article 5 of the GDPR about accuracy, integrity, and completeness of data. You'll have to decide yourself what you count as completeness. Let's say you want to go on my liquor store website. There are certain pieces of data I need to know about you, like your age, your payment details, where you live to deliver the stuff. That's what we would call completeness, right? If I've only got your email address, I can't actually give you the good or service. So my data is incomplete. So the way to find out if the data is bad, I would look at the completeness of it. Because if half your data set is incomplete and you can't use it, get rid of it. Or don't get rid of it, suppress it or try and enhance it. But basically, look at completeness.
Okay, got it. So, Alex, I know we plan to go live for about 20, 25 minutes. We're already at 27, and I know I promised you 25. So I think we can start to wrap up. But before I let you go, just let people know, where to find you or where should they look if they wanted to learn more about either iData, the course, the advocacy, your ghost books, your guitar playing, and all the rest.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm Alex Boast. I think there's only one on LinkedIn. So if you find another one, please let me know. I'll have him killed. That will help. Yeah, just finally connect with me on there. I'm also on Amazon and other things. One day, maybe on YouTube or more LinkedIn lives. Who knows? But I'm very approachable. I'm not scary. You can add me and ask you questions. If you want to know more about the Academy, does it have a newsletter? I don't think it does. I should probably make one, shouldn't I? We should probably.
You should probably make one, Alex. Yes.
Yeah, we'll figure something.
Put that on your list. Yeah.
Yeah, on the ever-growing to-do list. Yeah, absolutely. So add me on LinkedIn. It's the best thing for now, I think.
Yep. Okay, awesome. And we'll announce more information about that bonus section that Alex is currently working on that I think is going to be a great addition to the existing Getting Started with Data Quality course from the iData Quality Academy. All right, Alex, thank you so much for your time. And everyone, thank you for joining us live.
It's been a pleasure. Cheers.
All right.